Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, fix this real fast. There we go. How's it going? How's it going? Give some time, get some people to come in. I hate this blank spot I have behind me. Let's get it changed real soon. And also, shout out to Aiden. He knows what the peak sauce is. Honey mustard. Anyone that says otherwise, we got an issue. Asher Wings, what up, dude? How's it going? Been a bit since I streamed. I think it's like 2 weeks. But we're back. And we're here. Hanging out. Here to talk about my latest love. Thank you. Honey mustard is what exactly. Love the setup. Thank you. But this blank wall, I need something right here. I was supposed to get another shelf. Pointing backwards on the camera is hard, but I was supposed to get another shelf so I can put right behind me so that way it's like a complete setup, but just haven't done it yet. But we are here not to talk about the wall, not to talk about what's behind me. We're here to talk about my latest love in flesh and blood, and that is Vynnset. I have been completely obsessed with playing Vynnset lately. I cannot get enough, so much to the fact that I've been going to extra locals just to play this deck in person, just because I love the way that this deck plays. I'm having so much fun with it. But yeah, I'm even to the point to where I'm considering playing it for ProQuest. Now, will I actually stick with it and actually play it for ProQuest? Who knows? Because in 2 weeks or a week and a half, I think the Dash.io Armory deck comes out, and that might change some things. But we'll see. Show me the way. Listen, man, I'll do my best to show you the way, but I'll just show you what I've been playing with, and it's been going good. I've been having a good time at locals. Have a good record so far in the past couple weeks that I've been playing it, and I think this is probably the best Vynnset's been in a long time. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So obviously, Vynnset. So I'll just kind of point out the ratios here at the top. I got 39 reds, 9 yellows, and 10 blues. So we're kind of going that pitchless route that I think most Vynsets are going, except I think I have a little more blues than most Vynsets. Because when I first started making the deck, I took a lot of inspiration from a bunch of lists and kind of was seeing what everyone was doing, and then was trying it out, took out some stuff. I'm personally moving to learn Vynnset. I like the red line style of the play, and the aesthetic is Chef Kiss. Yes. Vynnset is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But, so we'll just kind of, same, yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad everyone's jumping to Vynnset. She's a fun character, and she definitely is. And like every character in Flesh and Blood it's like a lot of learning when you first start playing them. And she has a lot of interesting lines, especially with spellbound creepers, and even with the new set Rosetta, she has a lot of tools that I think help her with her biggest issue. Was in the past, I think she was not very consistent. It was very like, unless you kind of like quote unquote high rolled with drawing your hands, it was very hard for her to be consistent, I think. So I think with a lot of the cards, and we'll kind of go over of what's in the deck and everything, a lot of the cards from Rosetta, I think she's pretty consistent, in a pretty good deck right now. So we'll just kind of go through the armor suite real fast. So I got Carrion Husk just for those matches that I do want to kind of just stop a big on hit. So the first matchup that comes to mind with Carrion Husk is the Brute matchups. So like Levia or KO. Help that I pulled the Rainbow Foil Creepers back in Florida. Otherwise, I wouldn't have thought of playing her for the Rosetta season. Yeah, there you go. Fun fact, I actually do not even own Creepers. I've been having to borrow them from from locals for the past like 2 weeks. So I need to get a hand on some creepers, but unfortunately they have jumped up in price. They're like at 180 or something right now for even rainbow foil. It's like ridiculous. Um, but you know, what can you expect with the new? They have crazy money. Yeah, they're like almost $200 last time I checked, and I went to my plug for cards, and he didn't even have any more. He because he sells on TCG Player as well, and he sold out literally right before I asked him. So a bit unfortunate. Just playing Iron Rot until I get myself a pair to borrow. Iron Rot, okay. Or you could even play like Sudcliffe Hide Boots. I know a lot of people that's like a replacement. You can even try that out. Um, but yeah, so we're running Carrion Husk. Just for those matchups that we do want to kind of block, because we don't really like to block from hand unless we block with certain cards, right? Or we have those setup cards. So we have Carrion Husk for those Brute matchups, for those Guardian matchups, just so we can stop those crucial on hits at one point. Because, you know, we are a Shadow Hero, so why not take advantage of one of the best equipment pieces in the game? Just a simple block 6. So yeah, and it's actually come really in handy. It helps me race against KO because it's just, oh, you're throwing a CNC at me with Go Again or whatever. Here's Carrion Husk. Block 6, protect my arsenal, whatever I got in there, or you're throwing Swing Big at me, or, you know, you're throwing some massive attack because, you know, you have all these might tokens. Just throw the 6 block in front of it, and we're good. And then we're playing Dyadic Carapace. Not much to say about that. It's just basically block 3 and then Arcane Barrier 2. I've been playing this into also a lot of racing matchups. So like against Aurora, I've been playing this just because I don't find that I get value out of the Tunic too much in those games because it's too fast. And Carrion Husk, they're not throwing a lot of big attacks unless they play the Static Discharge. But I think I'd rather just have the extra 3 block. And if I really am down bad and need it, it's AB2. And then we're playing Ebonfold, mostly just for Wizard matchups for that Spell Void 2. The effects, don't really care about it, to be honest, just Spell Void 2. And then probably one of the best pieces that we got in Rosetta is Face Purgatory. We're playing this. This card has been nothing but an MVP for me at locals when I've been playing it. I have I have punished so many people when they're trying to hold on to a card, and you know, I have a turn, right? Like my turn could be good, but my turn can also be, you know, pretty good and stop whatever they're trying to do. Pretty cheap at the moment. Pick them up before everyone realizes the potential. Yeah. Agree. This card is really good. You have, I'm pretty sure, I mean, Vynnset wants to play it. Viscerai probably wants to play it. I don't know too much about Florian or Aurora if they want to play it. I did see a video though where there was an Aurora deck that was playing like 13 non-attacks, so they were playing the Face Purgatory, and they said it worked out really well for them. So yeah, if this card is cheap, I would get it now because it's like Scowling Fleshbag, right? So, and Scowling Fleshbag was really cheap when it first came out, and then as people started realizing, it went up pretty high. So, and now Scowling Fleshbag is sitting around, you know, good price, good card. And then playing Flail of Agony, obviously. It's Vynnset's best weapon just because it helps you with all of the Rune Gate cards and whatnot. And then we also have Tunic. To be honest, I might sound crazy here. So having both Husk and Diaga is to be able to either block one big attack or shore up a couple breakpoints. Exactly. Yep. No, we're not doing Market Watch price. We're just talking cards. All right. Yes, I've seen some lists that have either Husk or Dyadic or both. I like both personally, just because, like I said, those Brute matchups like KO is still very relevant, right? So just being able to throw Husk in front of a KO attack, like when he has a Blood Rush turn, buy more Cokes. No, we are not buying more Cokes of Commotions. That card is like 5 cents now, is it not? Because it came out in the Blitz decks or something around the table. But yeah, so just against the brutes having carrion husk, like I played a Levia last week at locals, and I flip over my equipment, and he goes, "You have husk too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, why not?" And he goes, "That's not fair. You can't have that." And he had this like really big turn that turned into a kind of mediocre turn just because I had that carrion husk and I was able to stop, a bunch of damage. So carrion husk, good card. Dyadic, you play it against those matchups that it's gonna spike. Anthony told you so. Okay, bud, keep coping. Anyways, Dyadic, play it for the decks that like to throw a lot of 0 for 4s at you. So the first one that comes to mind, Aurora Dash IO, potentially, right? Because the fact that you get to block with this twice instead of just once, really, really important. But also Dash IO has all those cards that kind of stop you from blocking from armor. So that could be an issue, but we'll see. I'm also off grass for now. Missed the Battle Worn too. Yes, so I am also not on grasp. We are literally only playing the Quill Hand. And I'm going to be honest, missing the extra 3 block on grasp sometimes. Not all the time, but not enough to where I want to back in the board. Like, Vexing Quill Hand, I think, is literally just the best arm piece for Vynnset at the moment. Um, just the fact that you're able to, have a pretty big turn with this, or if you have no rune chant generation and you need those extra 2 rune chants to throw a Deathly Wail, for example, it's pretty good. That's like that's like the low floor of it. But yeah, I haven't missed grass too much. I try to list with grass. The block's fine, but we're the aggro deck, right? So we don't really want to look to activate grass that much because grass would just be block. Yeah, it would just be block exactly. But I haven't missed it at all. I think we got enough armor with the hat, the chest piece, even creepers when you know they're not going to stick around. The 1 block on it, and then Vynnset's very good, especially when you have. As we get later down in the list, as you have that rune chant generation, you're perfectly fine with blocking with 2 cards or blocking with, multiple cards and just keeping your rune gate card to banish it and then just play it. You're perfectly fine doing that as long as you got the setup right. So yeah, I haven't missed graphs at all. But as I was saying before, I got distracted by Bryce talking about Cook's commotion. Tunic, I might sound crazy, but I kind of want to cut Tunic. I haven't really played it in a lot of the matchups. The only matchup that I can see it being kind of necessary for my list in particular is the Enigma matchup. And as we get down to those cards, I'll kind of explain why. But yeah, Tunic, kind of on the fence about it. I'm not too sure if it's necessary or not. And then also, Reaping Blade. I think Reaping Blade can be cut too. I'm not too big of a fan on it. It was there, so let me back up a little bit. So the main reason why I started playing Vynnset, cut Tunic for 1 times Kokosuma Commotion. No, stop. I will ban you. So the reason why I started playing Vynnset in the first place is when that first week of Rosetta came out and everyone was talking about, oh, count your blessings, this, that, count your blessings is going to be the meta, count your blessings is going to be, the meta, the issue for the set. And so I was kind of scrolling through cards and I was like, well, I got a wrench you full. All right, bud. I'll take a hammer. Then we'll see how good your wrench is. So I was kind of going through cards and going over what kind of heroes, what kind of decks can interact with the graveyard. And kind of, because Count Your Blessings is only like really good when they start being on rate cards. And so if you can banish those and start making them not on rate cards or below rate cards and keep them, pitch 2 to play your card that gains you 3 health. Okay, you just played a Red Sigil Solace and stuff. You paid 2 for it. So that's the reason why I started playing Vynnset, is because I was going through and I was looking at what can kind of interact with the graveyard and banish these cards. And so I came across Invert Existence, and then I was looking at current Vynnset lists, and I'm like, why are we not playing this card? Especially if Count Your Blessings is going to be as big as everyone says, right? So that's why I kind of started messing around with Vynnset, and I put this in there. And even if you're not playing a Count Your Blessings deck, Invert Existence is still a really good card. Just the fact that you can keep it in your banish zone, sure, you're going to take one blood debt from it, but the fact that you can keep it there and you can kind of threaten that end game to where they can't go down to 1 if they have AB1, or they can't go down to 2 like on their own turn with no pitch floating, you can kind of, just kill them at instant speed. And then I was also looking at Talisman of Cremation to also, if I don't, if I'm not able to find those inverts, to also just play this, because Vynnset's the easiest character to play stuff out of your banish zone. You practically do it every turn, right? So I was also looking at this to play, a Rune Gate something, and then this activates and you say Count Your Blessings and get rid of all the Count Your Blessings. Granted, you should hopefully, I say hopefully, you play this before they've played all 9 of them. But yeah, so that's why I started messing around with Vynnset, and clicked the wrong button. That's why I started messing around with Vynnset, and so that's what kind of led to this. And then now I don't even see this as like a Count Your Blessings kind of counter pick. I see it just as a pretty good deck, decent aggro deck, and it's really good, and it's a lot of fun to play. That's the biggest thing why I'm playing this. It's a lot of fun to play. I'm having so much fun playing with it. Like I said earlier, like to where the fact I'm going out of my way to go to extra locals just because I love the feel of playing this deck in person. I love the flow of it. But yeah, so let's kind of just go down the list and go through the cards. So I'm running 3 red Beseech the Demigons. Mostly just because it's a shadow attack. Not shadow attack, shadow action. So that way it's another card that we can activate with Vynnset's ability to make those rune chants unpreventable to make our Rune Gate cards better. And then +3 is nothing to scoff at. You throw the Deathly Duet for 5, and then all of a sudden it's for 8. So it helps with those breakpoints as well. And then I'm playing 3 Bounding Demigons. This card has been okay for me. I personally think I might want to change it for something else. And I'm going to be a little silly and tell you what card I kind of want to replace it for. I kind of want to replace it for Rift Skitter, which no one has ever played. But it's a Rune Gate 3 with Go Again. So it's, I guess, if you Rune Gate it, it's like a 7 Go Again attack. And most of the time, I kind of find myself having a lot of extra rune chants at the end. And so I could see maybe potential. I think I might change the deck tonight because I'm going to locals tonight. I think I might take out the Boundings and put this in just to try it out and see how it flows, see if I'm able to play it or not. But I know 3 rune chants, you usually want to just be playing Deathly Whales. But I think there might be some potential there, especially with all the incantations that we got, having rune chants on the back. Haunting Rendition, even making a rune chant, and then you banish the Rift Skitter, and now you're at 3 rune chants. You can just play this, Go Again, and then, if you're able to keep your whole hand, you can even just hard cast another Rune Gate card, right? So it just kind of helps extend your turns, but the Bounding has been okay. It's been alright so far. It's 0 cost, which is really good. I'm having trouble speaking today. 0 cost, which is really good. But it's okay. It's fine. It's just 0 for 4 at most, as long as you play the non-attack before it, which most of the time you are. So it's all right. And then one of the best cards that we got from Rosetta that is like an instant in Vynnset is Deadwood Dirge. Destroy a rune chant or destroy an aura you control, which doesn't always have to be a rune chant. But if you do, create 3 rune chants. So last week at locals, I was playing against a Fi, and it was really close. We're down to the nitty gritty to where we're both having to block out and play these really weak 2-3 card hands. And I'm Fi can go pretty wide on those 2, 3 card hands, right? With, a card, the weapon, Phoenix Flame, whatever. And so Vynnset, that's where she struggles, right? When she has to block from hand to where you're not able to keep your rune chant generation and whatnot. But then there was a point where I was able to keep a rune gate card and Deadwood Dirge in my hand and banish the rune gate card, makes a rune chant, play Deadwood Dirge. All of a sudden I have 3 rune chants. I can play basically any rune gate card I want and then play that. And all of a sudden it's 3 rune chants and 6 physical. Like, that's pretty much your whole hand. You now have 1 card, and now all of a sudden I'm back on top. I have the tempo, right? So this card's really good, and it's not always a rune chant that you destroy either, because we're playing the Eulogies. Eloquent Eulogy, I think, really good card out of Mistveil. So we don't really have any non-attacks that we're looking to play that don't already have go again. So we're literally just playing this just because it's a solid 0 for 4 or 0 for 5, I guess, if you rune gate it. You're pretty much never casting it for hard casting it. And if you make that Eloquence token, you play Deadwood Dirge, you can destroy your Eloquence token with Deadwood Dirge without sacrificing damage. So I like that. Oh, it doesn't work with Eloquence, really? Okay, rewind it. That's why I have chat, dude. Only with creepers. Okay, well, you see, you can still do it with creepers. There's gets go again. But I thought you could time it to where you can choose your triggers. But I might be wrong on that. But this is why I have chat to correct me. You can do it with Grimoire, though. Yeah, so I'm not even running the Grimoire. I think, though, we might want to, because I think I'm going to cut Reaping Blade. I don't really find it too necessary, so maybe we throw in the Grimoire for Reaping Blade. But yeah, you could absolutely do that. And then Rune Gate cards, Deathly Delight. Not much to say there. Just playing the reds only. And then Deathly Wail, we're playing every color, but only 1 blue. Just because I found myself having a tough time deciding on the blues. And I didn't want too many blue Rune Gate cards just because they are typically below rate. So, yeah. And then we're playing Envelop, classic, right? Shadow action, so it activates Vynnset's ability. This is kind of the only thing in the deck, really, that you kind of have to like pay for, in a sense. So Tunic is okay with this card, but other than that, I don't really use Tunic except for like creepers. But then again, I don't find myself using Tunic that much because I rather have the Husk or the Dyadic. So yeah, but I mean, worst case, you just keep a card, right? And you can just pitch for it. If you're able to keep a card, that is. And then Funeral Moon. This card's pretty good. Just make a rune chant at instant speed whenever you want. Not much to say about that. Shadow, another activation of Vynnset's ability. And then probably the MVP, Incantation. This card is really, really good. I think this card in itself and Deadwood Dirge have helped with Vynnset's issues that she's had in the past, to where she's not consistently having rune chants left over unless it's a Deathly Wail turn. So this helps her with that ability, right? You're able to, attack, make a rune chant. Now you have 1 rune chant at least for next turn, and then next turn you can just keep one of those 2-cost rune gate cards and banish it, and then now all of a sudden you're good to go. You're off to the races. So this card is pretty good. I've seen some lists that are running both Maleficent Incantation and the other one that I'm blanking the name on. The other incantation, the one that starts of turn. And I personally, I don't think you really need both. I think just this one is fine. Runeblade, thank you. Runeblade Incantation. I don't think you need both. I think this one is perfectly fine. Yeah, so, and when you have 2 of these out on the board, it's insane. Like, you just, you have momentum for 3 turns, basically. It's crazy. And there's pretty much nothing your opponent can do about it unless they have some way to destroy the aura, which, they very well could. A lot of stuff like Summer's Fall, Even if you're playing against another Runeblade, you got Condemned to Slaughter and stuff like that. So, but yeah, pretty good. And then we're playing Revel and Runeblood. Classic Creeper's turn, right? You go Beseech, Demigon, whatever, into a Runeblade card, Runegate card. Creeper's out Revel. If you have the 4-cost Widespread Annihilation, then you're good to play that or any other Runegate card, right? So it just kind of helps you go like 2 wide right off the rip. But that also, Incantation helps you do that as well. So, and then we're playing Shadow Puppetry, just a classic Go Again card, +1, and it's Shadow, so you can trigger Vynnset's ability. Most of the time, I don't think I've banished the top card of my deck at least any time. So it's literally just an activation for Vynnset and Go Again most of the time. There has been like a couple occasions where I get really lucky and the card off the top is like the card that I need and that I'm able to play. So, but yeah, Shadow Puppetry, good card. And then we're just running the 3 of red Phantom Wraiths, just the vanilla 2 for 6, just because the two cost Runegate cards are kind of like that sweet spot. And 3 is a little harder to pull off, but not impossible. So that's why we're running this. Widespread Ruin, same thing, 2 for 6. The on hit, sometimes relevant. Sorry, not on hit, loss of life. Sometimes relevant. Can get you an extra card if you trigger Vynnset. You know, set you up with an extra Runegate card, maybe. Or banish the top of their deck. Sometimes you might get lucky, get a defense reaction, or get like a key power card that they needed to win the matchup. Against the Earth Heroes, it's a little dangerous just because you do have that potential to kind of speed up their ability for them to be online. So that is kind of like the downside, but maybe you just sideboard it out against them. In my locals, I don't have too many people playing Earth Heroes, so I'm not too familiar with that. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been playing a lot of Talishar. I've been playing more at locals than anything just because ProQuest season is coming up, and I want to go to locals more, so that way I know. What up, Josh? Josh Gardner in the chat, big fan of Vynnset. What up, dude? Josh, feel free to call me silly like everyone else in the chat when I mention something that isn't correct or anything. Josh Gardner, if you guys don't know, big Vynnset guy, locals of mine too. So awesome. He's been playing purple since purple was purple. But yeah, so just gonna see some Vynnset gaming. Yeah, I don't know. We'll maybe jump into a few games on Talishar. I don't know how many we'll play today or anything. I'm kind of just hanging out, talking about the deck. I think I'm gonna go through and change some things that I like or want to try out, and get your guys' opinion on it as well. So, but right now we're just kind of going through the deck and whatnot. But yeah, so I haven't been playing too many games on Talishar just because I've been wanting to go to locals more and kind of prep for local meta. Just because, you know, that's what's going to be at your ProQuest. So during ProQuest season, if you don't already go to locals, it's important to go to locals so that way you're prepped. So that way you can see what people like to play and whatnot. And, you know, I'm showing my whole entire deck on stream, so everyone's going to know what I play if I bring Vynnset, right? And then the other super, super, super good card. You're not going to any ProQuest, Josh? At all? 0? I am only going to 1 myself. Just because of work. For those of you that I work on the weekends, so I don't really want to take PTO, just because I've been trying to save my PTO for bigger trips, like potentially Pro Tour London and whatnot. They are all on Sundays? Yes, they are unfortunately all on Sundays. Unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm only going to 1 ProQuest this season, unfortunately, but I'm hoping to pull it out and you have to get to the finals, right, to get an invite, or do you have to win the whole thing? I haven't looked at the template for it yet, so curious there. Talk about the broken card. Okay, yeah, Succumb to Temptation. Card is bonkers. The only thing that stops this card from being absolutely 10 out of 10 or 15 out of 10 is that it is not Shadow. If this card was Shadow, it would be busted because it means we can activate Vynnset, make the rune chant unpreventable. Yeah, but not good thing that it's not Shadow because then it means all the rune blades can play it. So that way you guys always have to think about it in your nightmares. But yeah, most of the time, anyways, if that first rune chant is going to be unpreventable no matter what, because you're looking to play the things like Shadow Puppetry, Funeral Moon at instant speed, Envelop, the Beseech. So you're going to be able to play this at instant speed pretty much most of the time. If for some reason that you're not able to play at instant speed, spoiler, you can still play at instant speed with creepers. And yeah, being able to just look at your opponent's hand and rip whatever you want, insane. So another local story, I'm playing against an Aurora, and they got 3 cards in hand because they already blocked with 1 card, or they blocked with 1 card on my Rune Gate attack. So I think I threw a, what did I throw at them? I think probably just like a Deathly Duet or something for 2 and 5. Something like that, and they take the rune chance. They block with 1/3 block from hand and take 2, and I go to reactions. Play this before they take 2, right? So I play this, and in their hand is Snatch, double Lightning Press. So obviously take the Snatch, and all of a sudden they have no turn because they had no arsenal. That was the only 3 cards they had. They had 0 turn. His turn was literally pitch a Lightning Press for Starfall, so 1 damage. Yeah, eat that up. Roots of the Forest. Yum yum. Eat it up all day. Nom nom. And just Arsenal the other Lightning Press. And now I have that knowledge of, oh, there's Lightning Press in Arsenal. And I think like the following turn, because I had full tempo, I play Widespread Destruction and get rid of it. so Come to Temptation is such a good card. It's actually insane. In a character that can make Arcane unpreventable, yeah, this card is bonkers. So if you're not running 3 of those, you're doing something wrong. But run those. And then, so we're getting down to the blues. So we already talked about Widespread Destruction, classic. Not much to say about that. Pretty good card. We're getting down to the blues. So we're running 3 Dominion. Just because it's a better Mauve Skies. So as you can see, we still got blue Mauve Skies in the deck. Just because when I was making the deck, I was having trouble finding those like good go again cards that I wanted to play to be able to give my attacks a go again. So I know a lot of people have cut the blue Modern Skies to play this instead, but I'm actually running both, and I think it's perfectly fine. And being able to give your something overpower is, you know, it's relevant because, you know, all of our stuff is on loss of life. So if they want to try and stop your Deathly Whale from you making more rune chants, now all of a sudden it's overpower, and now they have to like have the answer for it, right? So yeah, and it's a block 3, and you know this card just does everything you want it to do. And then playing the blue Modern Skies, same thing. The blue gives your attacks go again. Blocks 2, which, you know, not the best, but still a good card. Still good blue regardless. When I was making the deck, I was kind of just looking for those blues that give me the utility and the what I want it to do. So that's why we're playing the blue Modern Skies. And then Widespread Annihilation. Same thing, just good, you know, classic. You play all the widespreads in Vynnset, you know, those are your kind of your power cards. And then we'll get down to our inventory. So we already talked about Talisman and Inverted Existence. Oblivion, honestly, again, I think I'm going to cut it. I haven't played a matchup where I need it or per se really want to slot it in. And plus, we're not playing a lot of stuff where we can generate rune chants and stack them, right? We're usually looking to cash in those rune chants every single turn with an attack. So we're not really building up rune chants. We don't really have a consistent way to do that. We're not playing Read the Runes. We're not playing Grasp. We're not playing Rune Blood Incantation. So all that stuff that stacks rune chance over time, we don't really have, because we're only playing the Maleficent incantation to where, you know, we have to attack, so we get rid of rune chance, just replace them, right? So yeah, so this card, I'm going to cut. Bruh, never revel into cool hand? Sure, but I don't know, dude. I don't see a good use for it. So I think I want to cut it. You can stack way faster than you think, sure, but you have to have that card. So maybe, I don't know. I find myself not wanting to play it. Yeah, Dirge, sure. Dirge, I guess, yeah. You can play the Dirges and stack, but that's not what we're looking to do. And Josh, you're the Vynnset guy, so tell me, what matchups are you looking to, what matchups do you put in Oblivion? What matchups do you expect? Just feel it's, that's why I'm asking you. Opinions. Slow ones. So like what, Guardian, Florian maybe, Verdance, okay. Dash, yeah, if they're like on the pistol plan, sure. Okay, see? This is why we got chat, dude. This is why we're talking about it. I just haven't found myself too much experience in wanting to play it. And I haven't really felt like there hasn't been a matchup I've played yet where I'm like, oh, I need Oblivion to win this game, to turn the corner. So I definitely could be wrong, but for me at the moment, it's on the chopping block. So I don't know. But you do have some good points, like Verdance, Victor Dash, if they're on the pistol plan, Florian. And I guess if you draw the dirges and whatnot, you can stack. Yeah, very possible. Huh. Maybe we won't cut it just yet. Maybe we won't. Our decks are very different. Yeah, are you still on that one that you sent me? And if you are, am I able to show it on stream if that's okay with you? Yeah. And then we can kind of compare and see what's up. Let me know if it's okay to show on stream. But yeah, so, and then we got Condemned to Slaughter. Just another good blue block 3 that I'm looking. It's a public deck. Okay, perfect. So this, you know, gets rid of an aura. And I'm putting this in against Enigma, really. Prism, if they're going to be around, you play this against it. I've changed like 3 cards for personal list. Okay. Interesting. And then you can also play this against the other Rune Blades, right? Like Viscerai, because they're going to be playing the incantations. Florian and Aurora, not too much, but in Aurora, you can maybe, if you're lucky, if it lines up right, you can get rid of the embodiment of lightning. So that could be a plus. But I'm not too sure if you run it in every single Runeblade matchup. But yeah. And then I got my defense package right here. So I got reduced to rune chant, just, block 4 as long as you have a rune chant, which most of the time you should because of our incantations or our deathly wails. So that way it's free. And then we make a rune chant. Also gets rid of blood rot and inertia. Yeah. You can do that too. Yep. So you can play that against rangers and whatnot. Not a bad point. And it's a block 3. So probably play that anyways. And then Haunting Rendition. I absolutely am over the moon on this card. I love this card so much. The versatility that this card gives me is insane. I love this card. It's a block 4 when I need it to block 4. But I'm going to be honest, you're convincing me to lean into her more fully. Right now, Levia is my main lady. Hey, always stick with your main. Always stick with your main. But it's okay to venture out sometimes and see what's up. I started as a Prism player and then fully leaned into hardcore Dash player and played nothing but Dash. And now I kind of just play whatever I would feel like I want to play. I don't really play the best quote-unquote meta decks. That's not who I am. I kind of just play whatever I have the most fun playing. And right now it's Vynnset. I've been having a blast playing her. But Haunting Rendition, literally 10 out of 10 card for me. I love this card so much. It's a block 4 when I need it to be a block 4, but when I don't need it to be a block 4, it's prevent 2 and make a rune chant, which is insane. The fact that I get to prevent 2 damage, and it can even be any damage, arcane damage, and make a rune chant for next turn, so that way I'm able to rune gate out and attack more easier without jumping through a bunch of hoops. I love this card. I love the fact that they made this card so versatile. I'm going to test this list out versus Anthony Pham tonight. Wish me luck. I do wish you luck. Anthony Pham, very good player. I do wish you luck. And is he going to be playing a Riptide? Are you playing with him at locals or online, Sky? I'm interested. You'll have to let me know how that goes. But yeah, Haunting Rendition, I wouldn't change this card at all. Card, literally, mwah, chef's kiss. Love this card so much. But yeah, that's the Vynnset deck. And then this, just my maybe pile. I think I do kind of want one more invert existence. I think we're going to cut this talisman and probably swap that in. And then I know a lot of people are on Shadowverser. I'm personally not a big fan of it. I didn't really like it. Haunting can prevent your own damage. Yep. So you can get a rune chant on your own turn with this. Yeah, exactly. Locals, he's going to play Aurora. That's awesome, Sky. That's awesome. I'm glad he got into you at Fab. That's awesome. He's going to play Aurora. Okay, yeah, you'll have to let me know how it goes. I've been playing a couple of Auroras at locals, and it's been a pretty fun matchup. It's definitely a little harder just because we don't block as much. We don't want to block, but they also don't want to block. So just gotta kind of hope that your hands line up and know when to block. When to sacrifice that damage. But yeah, so it should be fun, dude. Just enables longer chains and revels easier. Yeah, and it's a blue block 3. I can see that. It's just I personally, I don't know. I wasn't sold on it, so I didn't put it in the list. Dread Triptych, it's fine. Don't really, just because we do have the low blue count of 10, I'm not really looking to cast it. And plus, I like my blues that I have at the moment. Everything I'm pretty sold on, besides maybe Oblivion. And like I already said, we're going to cut that talisman for the other invert. Also plays Chains of Mephistus against Brute if you like it. Yeah. I pondered on this card for a while. I don't know. I just wasn't very sold on it with the fact of, one, all the books got banned, so it kind of lost its utility a little bit. I do agree. It's probably fine into brutes, but at the same time, they can still play it. So yeah, depends on the amount you're planning to see. Yeah, which maybe you can help me out. I don't know what the meta is like. So me and Josh are on separate sides of the state. Basically, I'm on the west side, he's on the east side. So I'm not too sure, but over here we don't have that many brutes. Except shout out to Jonah Overholt, brute guy for life. So we don't have that many brutes over here, man. So how is there brutes over there? By any chance, or secret? 3 KOs and a few Leviathan. Oh yeah, I guess that's not true. I have we have Jesus who plays Leviathan over here too, and I think Nick W was playing Leviathan too. 1 KO lives with me. Well, take his blood rushes out before you go to PQ. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too sold on it. I haven't really felt like I needed it for those brute matchups either. Just because Josh, are you running Carrion Husk by chance? Or I guess you said it was public, so I guess we can look at it. Let me pull it up, actually. Give me 1 second, folks. Right after this commercial break. For Azalea? Okay, yeah. That's another reason why to run Carrion Husk too, right? Boom. There we go. So this is another Vynnset list that Josh is currently on, but he said he changed some cards. Okay, so you guys are on the book. You guys are on Tunic, so pretty standard. Like same setup. Yep, 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 yep. So no blue Deathly Whales. And you guys are running red Mauvern Skies, huh? Red Mauvern Skies. Interesting. Yeah, when I thought about Mauvern Skies, I kind of only thought about the blues just because they're pitch cards, and plus I don't know. I don't know. Most people will just block 6 anyways, right? And then yeah, Shadow of Urser. And you guys are on Read the Runes and Sink Below and Crown. Interesting. Yeah, so we are on kind of different lists. A lot of similar stuff, obviously, as you would expect, but yeah, very similar, and very different. But yeah, so back to the maybe board. Here through the portal. I also thought about this card just because of that Go Again. I was looking for Go Again cards, right? And this is kind of what popped up. One, it's a shadow action, so you can activate Vynnset off it. But the only thing that kind of steered me away from this card was that it was another red that didn't do too much for me other than give me Go Again. And it's another block too that would be adding to the deck. So I wasn't too sure about it. That's why I didn't make it. But maybe it could be okay. And then other cards, a 7 for the illusionist matches, and then also helps you destroy auras if it hits. So, but I think we have the better option with the Condemned to Slaughter. Runic Reckoning, I also thought about because, +3, just because, how much does this actually cost? It costs 1, so it's pretty much always free as long as you have an incantation out, or you are able to play a Funeral Moon at instant speed, or one of your Deathly Whales, so, or even Envelop, like pairs well with Envelop, like it pairs well with a lot of things, so that is an option I was considering as well. Rift Skitter, we kind of already talked about that. It's probably not going to be as good as I think it's going to be, but I might try it out tonight. We'll see. I might actually look myself in the mirror and say, "What were you thinking? Why play this card?" But yeah, we'll see. I also thought about this just because it's a shadow card and it's block 3. But overall, didn't pick it just because it's another red that doesn't really do anything that I want it to do. So, and then I also thought about Read the Runes. But again, I have so much rune chant generation kind of like naturally that I'm not really looking to just play Read the Runes. Like, it's probably fine off of creepers, but I don't know. It's alright. And then I thought about Rattlebones. Decided not to just because of how expensive it is and how little blues we're playing. And then I really, really, really wanted... Don't click off the stream, okay? Stay here. Stay. Don't click off the stream just because I pulled up this card. I really have been a big fan of this card ever since it got revealed. One, the artwork by Mark Poole, absolutely insane. And I think the effect of this card is pretty good. The fact, come on, guys, it's got to be good. It doesn't pitch or block. It's got to be busted, right? But that is in my maybe pile. It's at the top of my maybe. I really want to make that card work someday, somehow. Maybe in the future. Well, we'll see. I topped 8 my ProQuest with KO, but my god, our Florian matchup is horrible. Really? Thoughts on why is the KO... So talk to me about that, Fraser. Why was the matchup into Florian so horrible for you? I'm curious. Thoughts on Yellow Maleficent? I know a Battle Hard in top 8 in Japan was on Yellow Maleficent. Was it a Vynnset list that was on Yellow Maleficent? Because I know... Sorry, just grabbing my water. I know there was a Vynnset list. Oh, okay. It was Vynnset. Okay. I haven't tried it myself. And I didn't even really consider running yellow. I'm looking at my list here, trying to think of what I could like potentially cut for it. Just wondering what you would swap in for that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Does anyone have a link to that deck so I can see it? I'm curious. I didn't know that they won or got top 8. Josh said they won. Bounding? Maybe. Bounding is definitely by far like the card that I'm considering cutting the most out of the main board. But at the lowest, it's a 0 for 3 or a 0 for 4. It's okay. I'm trying to think of like anything else. I guess most people aren't on invert. So like if you're not too interested in invert existence, so you could cut, if you're not too interested on invert, you could just replace it with that. That's the deck. Which deck? Where'd you send it? Yeah. Are you in Discord, Aiden? You can send it in Discord in the general, and I'll see it. I don't think we have links enabled. Or is it on the website by chance? Now I'm curious. Now we're going down the rabbit hole of looking at other Vynnset lists. Let's see if it's on here. See if February has it. Vynnset, where are you? Hello? I know I'm blind, but where is Vynnset? Am I missing Vynnset, dude? I wear glasses normally, so I know I'm blind, but where is it? Where is she? Everyone's gonna click off the stream. This guy can't even find Vynnset. You just dropped the link in general. Thank you. That helps me instead of sitting here watching me struggle. You're the man. Oh, okay. So now we go to a completely different take on the deck, right? Because we are playing the Bloodied Oval. Interesting. So no Husk, like we have Husk, and how our friend Josh had Husk. So no Husk. So we got Bloodied Oval, Crown of Providence, Reaping Blade, the Grimoire. Okay. So no blue Deathly Whales. We're running 2 Fate Foreseen. So this deck seems a little more defensive than mine, because he's running Fates, Sink Belows, Haunting Renditions, and Reduce the Rune Chance. Yeah, a lot slower, yeah. But yeah, they are running 6 incantations. I mean, the card is really good, right? So, yeah, there's an argument to be made there. Again, Shadow of Ursa. Huh. Yeah, so it's hard to say, Aiden, what I would take out of my deck if I were to run yellows of these, just because this deck is looking to be a lot more defensive than I'm looking to play Vynnset. Ishant is 2 points. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good card. I'm not saying it's not. But it's, yeah, I might have to test that out instead of something else. Maybe so if you're looking, that deck seems pretty good. I'm not too much of a fan of all the defense reactions that it has. And then I'm just kind of, I mean, Sink Below helps you fix your hands if you've run into a Runeblade hand, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of all the the blocks. I think Haunting Rendition and Reduce are pretty good because I am running Husk at least though. Yeah, they're definitely probably all sideboard and whatnot. I'm just looking for my sideboard to be a little more utility based and not so much blocking. So, but you know, people have different priorities with their sideboard and whatnot. So, but yeah, maybe I should try that out. So here, let's go back to my deck and let's edit this. I personally don't want you. I think take that out. I think we take that out. I think I want to add one more invert. That leaves us with four cards. Yeah, so I know people are also running this and Maleficent. So that's interesting too. But it looks like let's put this in the maybe pile. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought because I also know that Viscerai deck that did very well. Was it Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken? Was also running yellow and red incantations. Right, if I'm not mistaken. Surely I can find Viscerai on here, right? There he is. Feel like pitching one is pretty rough. Yeah, like how does that not feel terrible if you aren't on Tunic? Yeah, so that's also why I don't like the Rune Blood incantation is because I don't want to have to just pitch just for that. I mean, granted we're running envelop, so but that's also I'm okay pitching for an envelop if I have to, but also you know if Tunic lines up with it, that's an easy W. Whereas this I just think Maleficent is just the better incantation in my opinion. But I haven't been playing Vynnset for nearly as long as some of these other people. I'm a noob at Vynnset, if you will. I've only been playing for a couple weeks, so I could totally be wrong. I believe they were. Yeah, let's get back to that. Let's see. Sorry, I was a bit behind on the stream there. The Florian matchup is particularly bad because he counters exactly what KO tries to do so well with his Chest Helm and 2 power cards countering what we want to do. He can very reliably take us to the end game and then outvalue us with a 2 and 3 split damage off a blue. Yeah, 5 resets, although not a perfect metric, has it at 28% win rate for KO? Wow. Huh. Wow, that seems rough. Yeah, I guess they do block very well, huh? So let me ask you this. Do you think because of that, if you aren't already, do you think that that could be where Cast Bones could maybe come back into the KO decks to try and get over that climb of their blocks? I have no games on her, but have been digging through the list, trying to figure out how it all works. I think Maleficent is the upgrade of all upgrades. It is 100%. It helps with that consistency issue that she had, to where she was only able to have those rune chants for next turn if she pinged herself for 1 off of a shadow action and then played Deathly Wail. And you know, if you ran all 9 of them, sure, you got 9 Deathly Wails that you can keep, consistently having the rune chants. But then it's like, that's all you're doing. And then what happens if they don't line up, right? Yeah, Maleficent and Dirge, yep, help so much. Yep, exactly. So Aiden, let me ask you this. I know you may not know me, but I know you somewhat. And aren't you a Dash player? Why aren't you playing Dash, dude? Isn't Dash your girl? Does anyone know the Viscerai deck that was just how do I set the default view? What is this? I have it as 2 of the sideboard to bring in against him, as well as a race face that has gone up to a 3 of and decided to help against Aurora and Florian. Yeah, I love the fact that a race face is coming out. As a mech player at heart, it does hurt me to my soul to see a race face come back into the meta, but I think it's a really good card, especially it's good against a lot of decks now. So yeah, race face, good card. But yeah, so awesome. Yeah, you're already on Cast Bones. I think Cast Bones could definitely help get over that climb of the blocks. But yeah, that does seem a little rough. I'd have to test that match out a little more. Yes, she is on the way out, but I love playing hybrid and feels the most competitive for her. And it feels like the most competitive of her now is Hyper Fatigue. Not my style. And then Dio totally doesn't scratch the same itch. Really? But you can look at the top card of your deck at any time, dude. When I played Dash.io for a while at locals when she like kind of first came out. I was playing the tomes, and that deck is so much fun, but it's so hard to play. It's such a hard deck to play. But yeah, you love playing hybrid. See, that's me and you. I like playing Dash way more defensively. I do not enjoy boosting that much on Dash. Maybe got to give it some more time. Yeah, yeah. If I don't know, dude. Apparently Dio is about to be busted, so but that's a whole nother different topic. Everyone thinks that she's gonna be busted, and she might be. I haven't played, like I said, I haven't been playing Talishar at all, so I have no idea. But yeah, apparently she's gonna be busted, and my pro quest I'm going to is after the fact when that armory deck comes out, so we'll have to see how my decision changes depending on how good she is. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. That Cerebellum is insane. Yep, that's what I keep hearing. Dio is so hard. Yes, Dio is a very hard deck to play, in my opinion. Very hard deck to play because you have so many. I know we're getting off track. We're supposed to be here talking about Vynnset, but Dio is such a complex deck to play because literally the fact that you get to look at the top card of your deck at any time changes so many decisions for you. So many decisions of how you want to play that turn. So many decisions of how you want to block on your opponent's turn. Do I really want to boost this card away? Can I afford to boost this card away? Feels like it's also pretty easy to fatigue. Yeah, so again, me and you are on the same page, dude. That's what I keep saying, but again, everyone's saying that Dio is about to be busted with the new armory deck, and I literally was talking to some of my teammates the other night, and I'm like, but can't you just fatigue the deck? And they're like, well, boom grenades. I'm like, sure, but like, can't you still just fatigue her? Like, especially now she's going through her deck a lot faster because of the processor and whatnot. So I don't know. I'd have to test some games against it, but I thought I don't. I'm kind of on the minority. I don't really see how she's going to be busted. But again, I haven't played any Talishar, so I haven't played any practice games with her. So I'm not 100%. Don't take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I have no idea. So, but yeah, deck vanishes. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like if you just don't have these crazy, insane turns, which people are saying that with the new armory deck, that you're able to have these crazy, insane power turns, pretty consistently, then you should win the game. But if not, and also she loses to disruption. She doesn't block very well, right? Because she's running all these items. So can't you just you throw any kind of disruption at her, she kind of just crumbles, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like even the Vynnset deck, if I throw a succumb to temptations at her and all of a sudden take the one card that really is the bread and butter of her turn, now all of a sudden she crumbles, right? Vin got really easier after Rosetta. Her difficulty was really about compensating her high variances. Yep. Yeah, I will say Vynnset, when she first came out, I will say as well, she was a pretty hard deck to play, just because of that consistency issue, I feel like. But now she's pretty consistent, but she still has a lot of options and whatnot. Don't mind my my peach cup. My water bottle is currently drying off, so I'm using one of my girlfriend's Stanley cups. You miss Art of War in Vynnset. Really? That was a thing? See, that shows you how new I am to playing Vynnset. The real question with this deck is, can we use pummel in it? Yes, you can use pummel in any deck. Any deck is a pummel deck if you want it to be a pummel deck. I do not want it to be a pummel deck, so... Okay, we were trying to find the Viscerai deck that was recently up there, but all of these say 22 or 23. Are these not, like, new? Maybe we have to go to events. Completed. Was it this? That's cool. Sweden Nationals. Oh. A lot of stuff on here. I think it was the Battle Hardened, wasn't it? Oh, no deck list posted. All right. I can give you the list, but I cannot send links. Search for Purple Tide. Okay. What's a Mauve Skies turn structured like? Curious how you pull off the double rune gate with the go again. So, for me, I'm only running blue Mauve Skies. So if you're talking about for my deck in particular, I'm looking to play Mauve Skies, rune gate something out, so that way it has go again. And if I'm able to, I hard cast something from hand, to be honest. Hard cast something from hand is totally fine too. Or if you're able to, if you have your Banish Zone stocked up, you also have Revel. So you can also Revel into another Rune Gate card. Or if our Go Again was Deathly and somehow we both lost life, now you can break the chain, get 2 Rune Chance, and if you have a 2-cost Rune Gate card in there, you can play it, right? But yeah, for the most part, I'm not really looking to double Rune Gate unless it kind of like lines up or I set it up. But yeah, so that would be kind of like example. Or you just flail afterwards. So that way, like if you Mauve Skies the Deathly Whale and you just go into flail without breaking the chain, you get 2 Rune Chance for next turn, right? I played Pummel at one point, but was higher on blues. Yeah, I mean, that was like the first iteration of Vynnset, right? Was the Pummel from Runaways, right? Was the Pummel deck. That's what kind of really like put her on the map, quote unquote. Mauve Skies into Ghostly into 2-cost feels really amazing. Yeah. Ghostly. Wait, Ghostly Touch? Like the 1 for 4? I think a World where Dio is the best aggro deck is very good. World for Fab. Her grenades punish. Count your blessing decks, but she struggles into both disruption and 3 blocks. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I think she'll definitely beat up on those count your blessings decks because those decks they don't do anything to threaten the dash, so she's perfectly fine, just, whatever. Um the one that gets you rune chant? Yeah, definitely whale. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought you meant, but sorry. Are you down to post your list in chat? Trying to leave it up right now, but you're bouncing around. Yes, sorry. Sky, are you in the Discord? If you're in the Discord, I'll post it there. So that way you can all see it. Here, I'll post just the current version of what I had. So that way, and you feel free to try whatever you want. What did I take out? Reaping Blade? Here, let me get this set up and I'll post it in chat for you guys. Just in case anyone wants my awesome deck. And Demigod. Yeah, I will post that in Discord right now. I'll post it in. I will post it in the general chat. Boom. Trying to sleep it up. Couldn't find the Discord. I'd love to be in it. Oh, I can get you an invite. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I think I can post links. Sure can. There you go. Invite to the Discord. I have the power. And in case you don't want to join the Discord for whatever reason, there's a deck. Boom. Alright, let's catch up. Off of Tunic, Art of War was straight, draw 2 and banish another Runegate card. Oh, and give that card go again while you're at it. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't play Vynnset back in the day. But yeah, okay. So yeah, Art of War, interesting. But now Art of War is banned, so we live in a post-apocalyptic world. Yeah, no problem, guys, no problem. Okay, what was I searching for? Someone said to search for Purple Tide for the Vynnset deck. We're kind of going off the rails here, but isn't that all about... Oh, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Isn't that what it's all about? Alright. Did I get trolled? Nothing popped up. Why does it keep doing cards? Because I'm typing in the wrong place. Jeez. Guys, help. I don't have my glasses on. Jeez. There it is. I don't have my glasses on as I'm standing like 5 feet, not even, I'm standing like 2 feet away from my computer screen. Oh, snap. Okay, so this is the Viscerai, and they were running, this is why we wanted to see this, is because they were running the 6 of the Maleficent Incantations. So yeah, maybe this card is, maybe it just is a 6-up. Maybe it is just bonkers. I might be convinced to cut something and put these in instead. Right, this was that super aggro, yeah, the Rune Rager Swarm, Rune Flash deck. Yeah, I remember I watched this on stream. Seemed really impressive. Seemed really good. Snuff Out. I wish this card was... I wish it was playable. It's playable in Vynnset, but it's not anything we want to be doing, right? We want our Rune Chants. We can destroy Eloquence token, though, if we're able to, right? Hit the high notes. Yeah, so seems, yeah, maybe this... So maybe we do play Incantation. Maybe we play 6 of them. I could be convinced. Amethyst Tiara. Interesting. Amethyst Tiara better because you have these? Huh. Yeah. So I could be convinced. So let's go back to edit. And let's... First off... Oh yeah, cremation was supposed to be in there. That's okay. You guys figure it out. I want to keep those. So I think what is on the chopping block could be a blue Deathly. Unironically. It's the time to play Vynnset. Guardian has been less played and her aggro matchups are really fun. How's she doing into Florian? It seems really hard, no? The Florian can definitely kind of block how can block out pretty good and kind of just stall to get their engine online. So like Fraser was saying with the KO and Florian matchup is that it's pretty hard because they block so well and all their armor blocks really well too and kind of stops what you want to do. So maybe that's an Oblivion angle, like how we were talking about earlier with Josh in the chat, who is a veteran purple Vynnset player. So when you use Flail, do you not use any offhand? That is correct. I actually, at the current iteration of the deck, I do not have an offhand. So when I play the Flail, I'm literally only playing the Flail. If you wanted to, you could throw in what some people do. They could throw in a bloody oval. You can throw in the book. You could throw in even the scepter of pain, which I know some Vynnset players really like, because when they're not able to rune gate something, they don't want to waste their rune chance on something else. They just throw the scepter for one arcane. If it hits, make a rune chant, right? So there's a ton of avenues. I just, at the current iteration of the deck, I do not have an offhand. That will probably change because I think I'm going to get rid of Ripping Blade personally. But yeah, I mean, it's all about personal preference as well, right? So the more you play the deck, the more you'll find out what you like and what you don't like. So, but yeah, the Florian matchup, I don't have too many. I think I have like one player locally, maybe two locally, that are kind of playing Florian right now. And I've only played against them twice. So it definitely seems a little harder just because they can block very well. So that might be an Oblivion setup, Oblivion angle, where you summon Nazarath and kind of do it that way. But yeah. Well, I know Mordred Titan Vynnset. I've never seen anyone on it, so assuming it's bad. Mordred Tide. I think the reason why people aren't on Mordred Tide is because you, especially now with the deck, you already, like, you could get value from it because of all your rune chant generation, sure, but then it's another red 2-block that you have to throw in your deck, and it's not Shadow, so it doesn't pair with Vynnset's ability. But it's hard to pull off. Some people try to. Maybe it is possible to make it work. Yeah, maybe it's worth playing around with it now. I'm gonna be honest, Aiden, I did not even consider the card when I was making the deck. It's not something that came to my mind when I was putting the deck together. So, honestly, brother, maybe try it out, see how it works. Maybe that's something I can try and, replace something with it. Is Mordred Tide a 3-block? That would make sense. It's a Majestic. This is why you're here, dude. Let's look it up. Oh, Lunar Time Plunderer, Pog. It is a 3-block. Okay, so it's a 3-block. Okay, so that's a good catch. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I didn't consider it when I was putting the deck together, but maybe just consider. So what if you? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So what if we run 6 of the incantations and then we run Mordred Tide? And due to Vynnset banish, we don't create as many. Yeah, so yeah, that's true because you can't play Mordred Tide before you banish. Most of the time, you want your non-attack actions to enable your turn directly. Mordred Tide feels more like an extender. Would it make 4 chance off of Whale or just 3? Tell him to turn your credit. I think it would only make 3 because when you close the chain, it only checks once, right? Yeah. So it would only make 3, not 4. But yeah, so good points in chat there. Like I said, I didn't even consider that card when I was making the deck, but good points in chat. So you would miss out on value from banishing with Vynnset because you can't play it beforehand, right? And then I think the biggest thing for me, now that we're talking about this card, is that it's not a shadow action. I just don't know what I would replace it with, and we want the shadow actions to make the rune chance unpreventable, to make our rune gate cards better. And I mean, we're already running just so many. We're running the Deadwood Dirges, which are just Runeblade actions. We're running the incantations. If we decide to go up to 6 of them, those are, and then Succumb as well. That would be 12 Runeblade actions, and then Dominion, Marvin Skies. That's 18. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe there's something there. Maybe you could try it out and let us know. But yeah, yeah, haven't really considered it. All right, what were we doing? We were editing. I love how I go to do something and then we just start talking in chat and I get completely sidetracked. Okay, we were putting in incantations to kind of see visually how the deck would look if we did that. Oh, they're down here. So if we put 6 of these in, I still think this card might be worth running as well, Runic Reckoning. Especially because you'll always have Rune Chance now, pretty much. Especially if we up to 6 of these. But now we're 3 cards over, so what do we cut? I think Reaping Blade is off the menu for me. So we could take that. That's 2 slots that we have now that we have to get rid of. So looking at the deck, it could be the one of blue Deathly Whale. But I think it's okay. We could go down to 2 invert existence, so we could cut the 1 invert and 1 deathly. Yeah, or it's Demigod, to be honest. I'm just trying to think of in my head, what would I have? What would I rather have more? I personally, like I said, I've been loving invert existence. I think it's a really good tech card, especially for the meta right now. Runic with 6 Maleficent seems good, but you'll have to cut a shadow card. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's not in the deck at the moment. The fact that it's not a shadow card, exactly. We could cut, but then we'll have less blues. We would have less blues. And 10 is out Blood Tribute. I'd have to look it up real fast. Let's put this just to remind me what that card does. I'm pretty sure that's the opt card. When I need to hard cast Bruno. Oh, but I don't know. What? This card doesn't seem like... It doesn't seem very good to me. Opt 3, then banish top card of your deck. So it helps you kind of fill up your blood debt, so that way you're able to go wider on certain turns. But it's also an instant. So I guess like you can play it whenever you want, but it doesn't synchronize very well with Vynnset's ability. So I'm gonna be like America's Got Talent. It's a no from me. But Bruno, that's a pretty good point. We could cut some of the blues, but for the most part, they're pretty much there only when we need to hard cast something, which I found myself doing a couple times, and having the blue to even activate creepers and then hard cast a 2-cost attack is still pretty good. I like doing that as well, but yeah, hard casting is not that bad. Demigod is a blue, but you really want to play it, and mauve blue is hard to cut, and the attacks are so good. Demigod. This one? But yeah, I think we can kind of up the count to 6 incantations and see how that goes. I might be able to be convinced. It seems good. It's in 2 really good top placing decks. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. But yeah, just looking at it visually, I'm just trying to picture how that deck would function. How it functions now that we took the boundings out and we have the incantations. $25 attacks, 33 non-attacks. 25 Rune Gate cards. Doesn't it show you shadow count somewhere? Oh, right here. Duh. Shadow cards. We have 37 shadow cards. But yeah. I might be able to be sold on yellow. But also just This deck that we're comparing it to is also very slower, right? Than what we're wanting to do. Yeah, why don't we... What time is it? 4 o'clock? We can probably get in a game or two before I have to go eat and get ready to go to locals. Yeah. Does anyone else have any final thoughts on deck building process or anything before we hop into some Talishar games real fast? Aiden's ready. What about Rune Blood incantation for when you have go again but don't really want to attack with flail? For example, if you have RCs or to synergize with eloquence. I don't know. I'm not too fond of Runeblade incantation, especially with the addition of Maleficent. I just think, again, I don't know how long, if you've been here for the whole stream or not, Bruno, but I'm pretty newer at playing Vynnset. I think just this incantation alone is perfectly fine. And don't really want to attack with flail. I mean, there could be an argument to include it so that way you can play it and not waste your rune chance. I mean, also just passing seems okay. But yeah, I'm pretty high on this card, and I think this just replaces Rune Blood incantation. Keeping some blues are important if you want to utilize Reaping Blade. Yes, but we have now cut Reaping Blade, so not necessarily. But let's... This one. Read the runes? Is this the one you're talking about? I believe this is the one you're talking about. So, yes. Okay, yeah, so there's an argument there to as well. But it's just... I don't know. I haven't really tried it. It was in consideration. And yes, you can use it with the Eloquence token. But I think with... You should have a pretty good engine of just having at least 1 or 2 rune chants at the end of your turn for next turn, so that way they carry over. Especially with the change that we just made of the yellow incantations, I feel like that would be pretty good because you're going to consistently have the rune chants being churned out like butter, right? So I don't really see it to be too necessary for read the runes, but I could be mistaken. I'd have to try it out. Like I said, I've only been playing Vynnset for a couple weeks. Not even on Talishar that much, mostly at locals. Just because, again, I can't iterate this enough. The fact I love the way this deck plays in person, the way it flows, the way it feels, and everything. Like, it just really gets my brain going. So yeah, but I think with the engine that we have, I don't think it's very necessary. At the moment, I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong, and it's a must-have in Vynnset. But at the moment, I think it's okay to not have. So, but let's get a game or two in of and see how the deck goes. It allows amazing turns with Eloquence, but I think you are right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, only been playing Vynnset for a little bit, so I'm not the best expert. The point of this stream is not to really educate you guys and be like, oh, I know best. It's more of just my experience and what I've been doing lately and, you know, how I feel playing Vynnset. And I've been having I think the most important thing is I've been having a ton of fun, but also I think the deck's in a really good spot at the moment. So it was a must before. Yeah, it was a must before, but now that you have these incantations and you're able to churn out your Deathly Whales a little more often and a little more consistently, you know, you have that engine going so that way you carry rune chants over for the next turn. Bring back Skeleton. Bring back Skeleton, sir. What? And make it a Shadow Runeblade chest? What the hell? Alright. Aiden, I'm calling Sam, dude. He's got to get you. He's got to come get you, dude. I don't know what Aiden's talking about. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are trying to sleeve it up and try it out and see what's up. Okay, Dorinthia. Not a good showcase for the first match. I feel like this is a bad matchup. I feel like this is a bad matchup, especially if they're on Dawnblade. But we'll do our best and see what's up. So we definitely want these. But now, what are we cutting? What are we cutting, fellas? What are we cutting? Maybe... I think maybe envelop. Maybe envelop. Oh, Sam! Sam's in here. That's so funny. Sam, get your boy. She is so fun. So happy to see more playing people over there. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's try this. Let's try 61. Just see. Okay. Not bad. I'm gonna banish. Okay, so they are in Dawnblade, so this is a bit scary. If they were on axes, I would feel a little better. Just because they don't build those counters up, but with Dawnblade, I am a little nervous here. So we could banish the Widespread Ruin to try and save for like a Revel's turn and just hard cast out this Phantom Wraith and Arsenal this reduce, or we can just banish this so that way we set up our next turn, so that way we guarantee we have something to play. But then we kind of are stuck with 2 cards in our hand because we don't really want to do anything. So I think that's the correct move, is to banish the Widespread, set up for another turn, and maybe just throw this to get some cards. But then do we want to let them filter? I think we also want to filter, and that's the issue with not running Grasp. And we also lose our Rune Chant, but it's fine. Still on Tunic. Who's on Tunic? Now we kind of get to see what kind of cards they're playing, which, you know, it's Warrior, so nothing out of the ordinary. We're going to take the 1 Blood Debt. We got a D-React for this turn. Playing Sharpened Steel to give their weapon +3. Okay. Now... comes into our hand. We don't really have... what the fuck? They play 2 Sharpened Steels. Chill out, dude! What the f... do I face Purgatory? Anyone think about face Purgatory here? Then we have no attack. We only have Deathly Whale in our hand. They most definitely have a reaction here, right? Face Purgatory is actually not looking that bad, fellas. And then we have to hope that we draw into an attack. Because we could still have a turn. We could banish Deathly Whale. We'll have to pop Vexing, so that way we have a turn. Play Shadow Puppetry, drain ourselves for 1. I think we're pitching Revel for Reduce. Unironically. Why not? I kind of wanted to face Purgatory there. What did you guys think? Tunic is not really important. Mare was here for incantation mostly. You can play with more armor now. Yes. Yes, but I want to check that we didn't forget to side it out. Unclear. Yeah, it's still in the list at the moment. We might end up taking it out. Who knows? But yeah, we're playing Dyadic in this matchup. All right, so they didn't play a reaction if they had one, which they wanted the Arsenal, sure. So yeah, we are gonna have to pop Vexing here, so we have a turn, which is not the end of the world because it puts us to 4 rune chance, and which means we could potentially play this. But I'm not too sure if I want to. I think I'm definitely just playing Deathly Will here. We're playing this. We're gonna ping ourselves for 1. Why not block with Succumb and send in your whole hand and get full tempo? Because I kind of want to rip a card from them, if possible. Because this also presents awkward breakpoints. 4 and 7? It's most likely that they aren't going to block this out, probably. Yeah, they're just going to let it hit. We're going to go ahead and just play it. Bruh, what? Bruh, what? I know Flail's in one hand. I just don't have it in the list at the moment. I didn't see it as necessary, Mr. Zeta. Man, everyone really wants me to have an offhand. Count your blessings. We're playing against a count your blessings deck? It's messed up. We'll get rid of the reaction there just so we don't have to worry about it. Do I want to banish Succumb? No. And then we just won't break the chain, and we'll just swing Flail. I know, Count Your Blessings spotted, and we didn't bring in any of the inverts or anything. And we got a piece of armor. That's cool. Okay, so we know... Yeah, the matchup was too easy anyway. Send help. So we know they have Count Your Blessings and some random card in Arsenal. And they're threatening to draw a card. But... honestly... I'm... thinking about just discarding the Haunting Rendition, make a Rune Chant. That will put me to 3, and then we have to banish probably... well, we're going to banish Deathly Delight to go to 4. And then we can throw Deathly Delight and the 4 Rune Chants. And then if they take the Rune Chants, we can play Succumb, get Go again, and then play the Revel into Widespread Annihilation. So I'm thinking that's what we're doing. It's a little greedy. Because, I mean, we know they're going to play the Count Your Blessings here, right? 100%. So I'm not really too worried about any follow-up, I guess. They paid into grains. They're going to pitch their other card. Oh, pop refraction bolters. I see. All right, we ball. We're here to limit test on Talishar. The Grimoire is a break glass in case of emergency, and I get not having it in some matchups. Yeah, I mean, I think I might add it in, but we'll see. Fudge it, we ball. This is a Vynnset mentality. That's my mentality. Talishar, we don't. We're here to have fun. We're here to test, limit test. We're just hanging out. Jeez. Okay. Sure. All right. Now they got a counter. All right. Now we see if they respect the 4 rune chance or not. Worst case, no, that doesn't work. We might get totally punished if they block all the rune chants. Do we just throw this? Nah. Let's see what happens. Vynnset is the hero for me? Maybe. Okay, see, look, they took it. They're taking the rune chance, fellas. Poggers in the chat. Poggers in the chat. She might be the hero for me. I'm having nothing but fun. So, okay. So now they only block 3. They're not respecting. So again, let's see if we can get a card from them. And now we have go again. Okay, that's totally fine. Sure. But now I'm not too sure if I really want to play this Revel and throw this out, but it is just like guaranteed damage, right? So probably just do it. Might have been better to hold on to it for next turn, like Arsenal, because then we can kind of set up for next turn as well. But it's guaranteed damage, so yeah, push. They get punished for having all reds. They have a Vigor token, though, so they're going to threaten 4. But we can go ahead and block this. So our turn's pretty simple here. I think we're going to block with both of the widespreads. Just play Incantation, play this because it's going to be rune gated out. We're going to block 6. We get punished if they have... they pitched it. The 0 for 3 reprise card. But let's see. Yep, nothing. So just get rid of the counter. Easy peasy. We're just go ahead and get rid of that. Play this. So that way we can start getting that engine online. And just go ahead and throw 5 damage at him. She can fatigue you, so yeah, pushing matters. Yeah. I think the push was the right call there. I feel like I'm kind of sinking below where the camera is. I'm like, hey guys. All right, and they just take it. We get 1 card from them, so we got a eulogy. Watch out. All right. Water went down the wrong pipe. I feel like we could block 6 here. But then we can kind of get Omega punished. So I'm not too sure. Maybe we just block with this. And we banish widespread. We're going to play this. And we can possibly Arsenal this. Or maybe we Arsenal this instead. That's actually probably the better Arsenal target than the eulogy. So let's block 3. We're most likely going to get punished here. but let's see. Maybe they just have a bunch of count your blessings in their hand. Okay, so we definitely get punished, but it's still got a hit for them. Yeah, okay, yep. Punished. God, Grain's blood is still so good, just having the constant resources. I could try to block him out with the chess piece and the Dominion and have no arsenal. But again, we will just get punished again if they have the reaction, which is kind of likely. They have 2 cards. So I think I'd rather just save the armor and maybe let them get a counter. Yeah, if he has it, I'm dunked on, yeah. Or Arsenal, Maleficent. I think we just want to play these as they come to us. So yeah, I think we're gonna get punished if we try and block here. So I think I'd rather try and save the armor. And oh, we could have got punished because he had Singing Steelblade. But it turns out he just plays Count Your Blessings. Win-win for him, no matter what, huh? Goodbye, Eloquence token. You were beautiful. And they still have armor 2. So, yeah, this game, pretty back and forth, which is what we want, right? Out of flesh and blood. They're just taking the whole thing. They're going to try and push hard next turn. Okay. Let's break the chain. So we got a stroke. Cool. So we can arsenal this for next turn. Oh, at least we got a D-react that we can use. They play a blue. So we can kind of play pretty conservative here because of our incantations. So I think I'm almost okay with blocking with Deathly Delight and Succumb. Maybe I don't think this is a Face Purgatory angle because they do have 2 cards and we know they're on Count Your Blessings, so maybe we could get kind of punished and get no value out of that. But what I'm thinking is we can block 6 and then we do have this for free if they try to pump it, and then our turn is just play Deathly Wail. So I think Demigon for the go again was maybe good. If you find a 2-cost gate, it is really good. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to try this. Try and get rid of that counter. Because he is at 11, so he is falling behind a little bit. Okay, so he tries to pump it up. That's perfectly fine, because we do have the answer. And we make a rune chant. Do they have another one? Nope. Yep, they're just going to play Count Your Blessings. So, oh, just like that. They're back up to 17. Super. But now we have 4 and 5 coming into them, so we'll most likely make 3 rune chants for next turn. This is what I'm talking about. With these incantations, we get that engine going to where we constantly are able to cast stuff for free without jumping through a bunch of hoops. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. But all these Count Your Blessings are starting to be annoying. This is where I wish I brought in my inverts into the matchup to get rid of them. Because what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 in there already. And it always feels like when you play a Count Your Blessings deck is that they always draw their Count Their Blessings like in the first couple hands. They're never towards the end of the game either. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what anyone's on anymore, right? Because literally anyone could be a Count Your Blessings deck. That's the thing. All right, so okay, 5 on hit. Draw the card. But we drew. Yeah, the generic typing. Yeah. So we drew into some rune gate damage. We drew into 2 dirges. This is kind of useless. Maybe save that for another turn. We are at 17. I don't feel too threatened at the moment, so I think I'm just going to hit pass and see what happens. Doesn't have refraction, so he needs a go again card. Which we've now passed. So, okay, yep. Play Count Your Blessings, maybe. Oh, wow, look at that. Whack. Purging time? Purging time. I love that movie where they said, it's purging time. No, I don't think it was purging time. They had 2 cards in hand. And they clearly, I don't know if they drew into the Count Your Blessings or not, but they could have just pitched it for it, right? It could be a creepers move with Revel, but we don't really have an attack to follow it up. That's the issue I'm looking at here right now. Is that our follow-up with Revel would be Flail. But maybe. Fun and perfectly balanced. You block, I heal, you don't get steamrolled. The idea is really funny. Flail, yeah, Flail is still good. It's just we kind of lose that value of the on-hit Mega Rune Chant, but yeah, we could do it. So we're gonna play the Dirge, obviously. So I'm gonna get rid of a Rune Chant because I do want the Maleficent to still trigger, so that way I have. Oh no, is there? No, I still want it to trigger. It's the same anyways. It's the same regardless. Because if we creepers, oh no, we're not gonna creepers this in. Maybe we do get rid of this. I don't know. I don't know if we play this. I think I like the idea of trying to save it because for next turn, I think we're definitely going to have to give armor. But now we have go again, so maybe if we hit something, or no, we haven't lost life. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this and flail. Maybe save it for next turn. I think next turn we're definitely going to have to give armor. So we are at 12, and they're not blocking the rune chants at all. And I think I'm going to keep the chain open so that way I can hit myself with flail, so hopefully I can banish something good off this. So set up a maybe go wide turn next turn. Wow, they only blocked with 1 card. Okay, we get armor. I like that. We're digging through the armor. And we got a Deathly Whale. Okay, I like that. Yeah, arsenal that. Okay. Unfortunately, we only drew 1 non-attack, which is the Funeral Moon. Okay, so we can't Purgatory them here. And they have go again. So we could 6, 7, 8. We could block it perfectly with 2 cards in armor. Or we could give 3 cards and block for 9. But I don't see how that helps us, because if they have the pump, we just get punished anyways. So I'm thinking we can block with Deathly and Phantom, and I think our turn is going to be Banish Eulogy, play Eulogy, and then we can play this if they deal damage this turn, or if we're able to hit them next turn. 20 Blade, yeah. Block 11 with armor? Yeah, but then they just get to keep it for next turn. But maybe. Let me let them know that I'm thinking, so that way they don't. Yeah, I don't know. Block 11. Everyone's telling me to block 11. See, I like to free ball. I like to make them show it to me. Maybe you guys are right. The only thing that punishes here is 20 Blade. Nothing. Yeah. All right, so then we just do this. Come in for 1 and 4. We're going to go down to 9 because of our Deathly Whale. And then hopefully next turn they can give us a Face Purgatory, and hopefully we draw the right hand. Hey, started the game recently and heard someone... Let me pull my chat closer so I'm not squinting across the room. Hey, started the game recently and heard sometime about a potential PvE in the future. Do we know anything about that, or we will only have the fan stuff made? So as of now, they haven't said anything at all. What is it? He's taking it? He's going down to 1? Oh, he's playing Count Your Blessing? Sure. Okay. Back to 12 to go back to 8. Okay, sure. But we got 2 cards, so that's fine. So yeah, PvE, they said that was in the works, but we haven't heard anything about PvE in a long time. So honestly, don't hold your breath for it. I don't see it coming out in the future anytime soon. Especially because if it was coming out, they would have said something, right? So, okay, so we can. Thinking Face Purgatory here, maybe. Don't really know it. Don't apologize, Tifa. Anything you want to talk about, dude. We're here just conversating, playing some Flesh and Blood, having a good time, man. Don't ever apologize for asking a question or anything. Can you pay the life on the moon? You can pay the life on the moon. Yeah, I'm thinking about Purgatory. Yeah, Tifa, no problem. Happy to answer your question, man. Don't apologize though, in chat ever. Yes, sir. Sure can. But I'm thinking we're not gonna really have a turn, man. Like at all. And if we block with this and they just have Count Your Blessings, we get punished. The thing is, if we take damage this turn, we can... Let's see what they got. They got nothing. Okay. Another Count Your Blessings. What if you no block, banish Wrath, Funeral Moon, play Wrath, Creepers, cut? But the thing is, Colin, we need another rune chant. We have no rune chants at the moment. So we're going to have to play this Funeral Moon now and banish the Wrath. And then we can play Incantation pitch this Deathly Whale for Creepers, Revel, and then play the other Deathly Whale. So we're going to have to play this one now. Goodbye, Eloquence. See you later. You did nothing for me. Should I drain myself for one? Vanish. Play that. Play this. Well, if you know block banish, yep, I read that already. Sorry. Let's ball, make them have it. Exactly. I love making them have it. All their bricks, but it bricks their offense. Yeah. Hardcast, Whale, Creepers, Revel. The turn puzzle of the deck seems so fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Really, really a lot of fun. I'm glad. I'm glad that a lot of people are in here chatting it up about Vynnset, man. It gets me pumped. They're gonna block 3. Wow, I wish I had a succumb. That's fine. They have 1 floating. Do 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 do. Oh my god, it's my favorite person, Dargodius, dude. Dargodius. We're not playing Ira today. I'm sorry, we're not playing Whirling Mist Blossom, your favorite card. I do apologize, brother. Maybe in the foreseeable future, I'll get that back on the menu for you because I know you love that card. You could have banished Moon, led the turn with Flail, and then abused the Eloquence to regain. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. I didn't even see that line. Thank you. Are you going to be at Worlds? No, I wish I was going to be at Worlds, man. At NEPT, maybe. I really want to try and make it out to. I will, Dargo. I will totally sign a copy of Whirling Mist Blossom for you, dude. I want to try to go to PT London. Actually, I really do because I went to London not that recently ago, probably like a few months ago, and it was a lot of fun. Like I just went there for vacation with my dad, and dude, I had an absolute blast in London. I love London, so I kind of want to go even if I don't qualify. But yes, make sure if I have a stream again in foreseeable future and you're there, yes, I will sign a copy for you. Absolutely. All right, so let's see. So we can go ahead and play Shadow Pup. Do we want to drain ourselves for 1? And we're going to go to 4 if we do because we have Blood Debt. But it would also make the Rune Chant unpreventable, so that way he would lose his arsenal no matter what. So I think yes. Let's see what happens. But when it works, does some pretty broken things. Would love to meet. Yeah, dude. Max. Yeah, for sure, dude. I'm gonna try. If I do well at my only PQ, I'm gonna go to. I'm hoping to get an invite. If I end up getting an invite, I will definitely, absolutely book everything for PQ London or PT London, and I'm definitely gonna go. Nice. We get rid of the rest of the armor. He's got 1 armor block left. Maybe call it no. I don't really go to like a bunch of bigger events unless it's a place that I absolutely really want to go. Just because my work schedule at the moment, I work on the weekends. So I would have to take PTO, and that's quite a lot of PTO for me to take. And I just like saving my PTO for bigger events and stuff. Wait, didn't we have go again? Why didn't I swing the flail? Chat's distracting me. And isn't calling Chicago LL? If I'm not mistaken. All right, this looks like a purgatory angle, fellas. It is, yeah. Are you excited for it? Now that everyone won't be playing Verdansk? I don't know, maybe. Ooh, we drew into a bad hand, fellas. All they had was an unsheathed. It's whack. I think we're losing. I think we are losing. Yeah, we are in a tough spot. Oh, no attacks though, but it'll be fun to watch for sure. Prism is fun. Honestly, too focused on worlds. Yeah, that's fair. Including PQs. Yeah, yeah. So you're not going to any PQs, I take it then. But yeah, that's fair. Worlds is the biggest thing, especially if you're going. Oh, you are? Okay. That's fair. You're just there to show up and see what happens. All right, chat. Hear me out. Block. We can block 8. 7 if we want to give the chess piece. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Or I guess that's 9, not 7. Please. Don't punish me. Please. Not punished. We're alive. We're alive. All right. We're gonna get rid of Shadow Pup because we don't need it. We'll play Beseech. Do I ping myself for Uno? I mean, we're this far. Fuck it, we ball, right? Fuck it, we ball. We'll play that just for fun. And then we'll play this. I was not convinced on this card. I am now. Which card? The Haunting Rendition? Card's gas. I don't even want to swing the flail, dude. I'm scared to go down to 1. Imagine if we had Reaping Blade. With what pitch, dude? Or you mean count your blessings? It's fine. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. Let's see. We're playing this for sure. Arsenal this. Oh, we only have 11 cards. We're getting fatigued. I'm not paying attention, dude. Holy. We're getting hardcore fatigued. Chat, why didn't you tell me we were getting fatigued like this? You guys are too busy distracting me over here. I pitched a Revel, did I? I don't think so. Sure. Oh my goodness. They're at 21! Stop. Stop it now. Oh my god. Jeez. Hey, there's our yellow incantations. Stop! Motherfucker. Oh. Somebody help. 21! 21! Do something for me, 21! Oh, man. Argonius, you already know what's up, dude. Can you do something for me, 21? It's fine. Everything's fine. I swear to God. Is he going to play another one? Surely he's out, right? Oh, he's ready to push. He's pushing some damn. Pushing some damn. 6 damage coming my way, huh? 6 damage. Oh, God. Yeah, we're losing this game 100%. He's got 20 cards left. I got fucking 7. About to be 6. Or whatever. We're dead. We're deads. GG. This guy said, got to go. Sorry. Aw. Let's go! We won! That's how you beat Count Your Blessings, fellas. Right there. Let's go! Easy. No problem, bro. Easy dub. Easy dub. We definitely weren't going to lose. We weren't going to lose. Don't look at the match timer, bro. Stop. Oh, we did pitch a Rebel. Or was, or did we pitch this, or was it just there? We take those. We took up most of the time because I was talking to chat. This is what happens on Talishar when you play on Talishar and you're talking to chat. I'm getting distracted and I gotta look at chat and talk to chat and talk about stuff, and then I take a lot of time. Why play X channel Count Your Blessings deck if you're leaving soon? I don't know, dude. Maybe he wanted to just he had that itch. He just wanted to scratch it. Anyways, that's a dub. That's a dub. It's a dub in my book. That was alright. We definitely would have lost though, 100%. So Reaping Blade, maybe. Yeah, maybe we should add Reaping Blade back to the list. But also, oh, where's my? You guys get to look at the pretty background at least. But also, we got caught off guard, right? So we didn't put in the tech. We didn't put in our tech for it. We didn't put in the inverts. Okay, so we were unprepared. I wasn't thinking about it. That was a cool Dory rendition on the... Oh, God. Now Aiden's going to jump ship. Aiden's off the Vynnset train already. Sam, get your boy. Someone put a Tecloplasma pistol back in his hand. He's not feeling himself. Are you feeling okay? Someone get him. No. All right. That wasn't the best game to show off the Vynnset. I mean, it kind of was because it was a long game, so we got to play a lot of turns. So hopefully you guys got to see a lot. Vynnset, Count Your Blessings. Okay. All right, bud. Chill out. Max, I don't know who you belong to, but I'm calling them right now, and they're going to get you. Yes. The Maleficents are sick. Yes, I agree. It just kind of sucks that the yellow ones were all at the bottom of the deck. So we didn't get to show those off too much. But I think there's argument to be made. I think I can be sold on playing these. I think I'll try it out tonight at locals and kind of report back and see how it goes. But yeah. But yeah, so hopefully you guys get to see how Vynnset plays, how the deck goes. Any feedback on the deck if you guys try it out? Like I know Sky said he was going to try it out at locals tonight against Anthony. So any feedback? Really consistent. Yeah, awesome. That's what I was going for, and I think all those new cards helped. But unfortunately, I got to get going. A little shorter of a stream today, but it's already almost 5 in Arizona, so I got to go eat some food, No big stupid turns, but you got to play the game. Yeah. I mean, you could still have those big turns. I think they just didn't line up that well in that game, at least. But yeah, you can still have the big turns with the Revels and Creepers turn. But yeah, I gotta go eat, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I'm glad everyone was enjoying Vynnset. Enjoy the armory. I will, dude. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Hopefully get a cold foil promo maybe. But thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you guys all later. Take care.